have gone over how the two teams want to fight, but are there any key focuses you think through the early game here, Mikko, that we should keep our eyes on?
Yeah, I mean, I think early game-wise, like, Sensao definitely has room
for the last 2 years.
I think it's really important that the GX bot lane just chills here, doesn't take any poke, because as of right now, Sheo is still clearing his red side, and Closer has to move down bot side. Oh my god, Jackies, no mana on Camilo!
And no life on Jackies! Oh my dude.
That was puzzling.
That was puzzling. Closer's on his way across. Camilo still has the flash here.
Oh no!
Oh, he flashes into a wall!
Well...
Oh, no. They're living up to the name of the lane.
To invade on enemy Grom spawn, but I think Sheo's going to get back in time, so he's just back in his own jungle now.
The overall sequence actually a little bit bad for Camilo. Obviously gets that kill. Noah pulled back here. Flacker trying to put the damage down. Noah low on mana. One more auto would be enough, but they can't quite get it. Stand has been ignited. Chun trying to trade back in here, but can't get close enough to Stand or Flacker to put that final bit of damage down. Noah is running teleport.
Much to say here. Expected the flash to come out for Closer at the same time. Closer's just holding it, and then that awkward short flash that Camilo made. Well, hold up, no flash mid lane.
It's the weakness of Camilo now. Without the flash on the Victor, we talked about it in draft. He is susceptible to a lot. Being up in the top lane, not having TP, he was just catching that, now pushing it out. It's going to be matched by Lot, who will catch the wave as well. But Lot is definitely winning that 1v1. On the bot side right now, Sten stepping forward, gonna handshake Jun, who goes back in with the Magnet Storm, tries to dash away, the hostile takeover coming out as well, and Jun has to flash the wall. Wind becomes lightning, was just wide of Jun. He's able to survive for now. Meanwhile, in the bot side, Carlson and Lot still bussing heads.
Then to help me through this analytical game.
TP behind here. Carlson gonna try and dash around, but Jun can lock him up for a moment. Counter TP coming out. There's a Shadowing Strike. Carlson flashes early. Jackies comes in with the Emperor's Divide. Camilo's here, but he's a little late to the party. Jun takes the kill, Giant X get their third, and with it they get that portion of the feats. A lot of time towards the top side. Lot now moving away from that bot tower. Camilo does have the flash.
That's nice.
Sheo, there's the Season Assist going in from Closer as he looks to lock them up. Camilo diving towards the top side, but Lot with the TP behind, and now Send is all caught out. Giant X with their second, they're looking for more. Well, the second of this prolonged fight. They're looking for more. Camilo does still have the flash. Has to use it to get away from Closer, but Lot's not done. Camilo's gonna get pulled back alongside Sheo. Locked up, Crescent Guard comes out, but I'm not sure it can guard you from the might of Cassante. In the end, Lot and Closer will back away, but it's 5-1 in favor of Giant X.
But Lot has been so damn impressive.
Especially for Camilo, that flash burn where he didn't get over the wall for the second kill of the game really has cost him a lot. About fishing strategies, if he's going to continue to do that.
Yeah, it's not as easy as just playing Jackson fishing in the early game. Sten though, fishing, finding Closer.
Closer's going to get pulled back here with a handshake. Hostile takeover coming out as well, and Closer was very greedy here. Flacker needs another auto or a missile. Doesn't have one in the tank, but he gets the auto for the shutdown. That was bad from Closer, I'm going to put it out there. Just a little greedy fighting for vision where he didn't need to.
Yeah, and I mean, there's not even that much of an objective up, but it's kind of the pattern of the game, mid lane priority into jungle pressure. This time around, though, the blue buff had already been stolen away. So yeah, not much to stick around for, and as you say, Closer getting punished.
On Soul Point, will Heretics look to play around this bot side? Will Giant X decide to go for Article? Giant X then puts a bit of vision down. Now a couple of pings coming out. Camilo's still pathing up towards top. It does have that teleport. Teleport coming out from Lot as he's going to act as a bouncer. That Artican's already gone. Sheo locked up by Jun. Artican secured by Giant X, and now they have the false life, and they can take the fight to Heretics. The knockback with the Emperor's Divide on Camilo. Sheo's locked up as well. Giant X looking for more. They'll find two so far. Sten flashes away, but Noah's still there for the chase, and I'm not sure Sten is going to stand much longer. A double for Noah. Giant X just sweep away Heretics in the river.
Oh, it's a horror. Team Heretics finally crumbles. TP's coming through.
Is recalling because they see Carlson in the bot side. They see Blackhead in mid. It's like, is Blackhead really going to be able to fight against us here? Getting the voracious Artican just allowed Lot to dive in immediately, distract Heretics, and the rest of Giant X collapsed on the top side and got themselves
again. And I mean, it's hard for Team Heretics now. You feel like it's already over.
And it's clean from Giant X. 26 minutes in with Baron. They are pushing in the doors. That false life about to come off. In just a moment. Jun gets a little bit more of the buff. As now we see the inhibitor falling. They still have the Baron remaining. Giant X will look for their second inhibitor as well. feel like the Force Life should have fallen off by now, but obviously my timing is slightly wrong.
I'd love a timer
It's
for
still
it.
going on, right? Jun goes in for the engage. Magnet Storm onto Kamilu. There's the Shattering Strike. What you gonna do, Richter? Sent back to the Arcane, sent packing by Giant X. It is clean,
Oh
it is
my
methodical, a public execution is not even gonna connect. Hostile takeover only hits onto Lot, although he's been doing a bunch of work this game. I don't think it matters too much. The Force Life finally falls off as Jackie's does get sent back to the fountain.
Oh, wow. I think they're going to win this one.
The fact that you get 50 gold for the Nexus kind of implies that there is some sort of extra Nexus shop that you can spend your money on, as we see Sheo dying. And yeah, I think it's going to be hard to contest. Jackie's will take the Drake. It will be sold for Giant X. And now this game.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that's his fault.
No, I mean,
I'm going to stress.
It's hard to say, right? Team Heretics is players from all different systems coming into this one as well, so building up an identity can be difficult. Also, Jackie's!
Oh, Jackie's, you absolute beauty! He slides 3 back and it's all done. Sheo trying to escape, but what can you do in the face of so much hate? Only Carlson survives. He gets the shutdown, he flashes away, but Lot's having none of it. He'll chase Carlson back down, Noah walks away from it. And in the end, Giant X will get the ace. Closer will secure it. And the Nexus will fall alongside it. Noah TP's in just to add a little bit of salt on the wound. Giant X will be 4-1 at the halfway mark of the split.
Yeah, that's just a fantastic performance from Giant X. I mean, pretty much everyone got their lane counters, so really hard for Team Heretics. I think their draft, as we already said ourselves, with the lack of engage, was a bit hard to pull off. You have to be extremely creative, find some insane flanks to make that work. And I mean, as soon as Giant X started being... You got 3 poke champions right now.
Yeah.
You need something that could back that up a bit, and I will say the Elise might not match that profile.
I 100% agree with you, but it's at least support into skipping his red here to make sure he gets that first scuttle grab on the top side. Hilly down to half HP, as is Loopy. Hilly healing, jumping forward, looking for the damage onto Loopy. Concussive blows coming out. Loopy flashes, but he's still in vision. First blood, though, goes over to Rahel. Kazi tries to answer it with one of his own. Isma now coming in. Oh my god, Vitality! What were you doing?
Oh, it's close. Oh, it's close. It's important, but look at that minion wave. Look at that minion wave from Kazi right now. Yes, I'm happy that I got the double kill. But coming down, Rahel could probably just back off into the push where there's no vision, flash away, anything on the queue. But I mean, it's unlucky as well. It's one past the minion.
Now Rahel is by himself in the bot lane. Loopy's on his way across. Rahel gets
Rahel!
Rahel's gonna get 2. It's a double on the tower. He'll lose the XP.
Oh, it's another horror.
But it's an...
I mean, it's a bit greedy being here in general, but somehow Kazi takes aggro.
Because he autos first. That's how he takes aggro. Hilly didn't get in range to get the auto down.
No.
Nako's now dead in the top side as Isma gets his first of the game. And we asked for SK to come out firing. They've done exactly that. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Loopy goes up, comes down, locked up with the concussive blows, down to 100 HP, but a good storm from Rika will keep Kazi at bay. Rahel jumps across. Linsa's diving forward. Isma is just going to go for the grubs instead. Vitality took 1 of them, so SK will only be able to get 2 from this initial spawn, but Hilly and Kazi...
Are we still going? Really, Hilly? Are we still going?
I don't think we should have been. I do not think we should have still been going. I'm going to be honest. Things happen. Nako getting jumped on by Genax. You can see what Vitality are trying to do. They're trying to force Genax away from the tower, but Linsa's tanks up a couple of shots. The Cyclone comes out, and it's a good enough dive from Vitality. They'll force Genax away from the wave, which is onside now.
Yeah, and even with the items coming through now, Yashin's going to help you a lot going through this turret. Play coming through from Isma as well. They could dive Nako here. No one is around to defend him.
Zagragas, it's so hard to dive him. He goes in with the body slam, flashes away. Isma with the lockup, the ignite ticking. And there's the repel from Loopy to avoid the final tower shot. Hylissang and Linsys on their way across. Rahel looking for the tower. Hilly flashes forward. TP coming in. Camped TP by SK as Rahel dashes away. No flash on him now. Does have the cleanse, but Chayak puts him back. He dashes across the wall. The Cyclone will lock him up in the end, and as much as Rahel can try, he can't escape. Linsys and Chayak. Hylissang now running for the hills. Dashes back to a minion. The stun going in from Isma as well as Linsys will fall. Chayak and Hylissang trying to escape to their tower, but their tower will fall over with just a small breath of wind. A double for Rika. He's looking for more. Chayak underneath the turret can put up the sun disc. If that tower does go down, that might, can it? No, not quite.
forces the enemy to invest. Hylissang forced to use his flash for the Q, misses the ultimate, and then Rahel with the arcane shift over the ultimate, forcing Lincers to flash in as well. He made this enemy use so many tools to try and kill him.
Loopy might be dead here. Doesn't have the flash, did have it, but Chain of Corruption enough to lock him down. Isma on the Drake as well, as Vitality just want more of the action. They have the numbers advantage as well because Genex is in the top side and Nako is in mid. Genex does have TP. Isma should be able to jump out of the back of the pit. Nako now on Rahel, who remember has no flash. Knocked into the wall, but is not quite enough to take down the Ezreal as of yet. The Drake begun again by Vitality. They will secure their second of the game.
Yeah, but it is traded on the top side. They're
going to 80 carry, 3 items on their mid laner, and then be in a strong position to fight you later.
Yeah, and I love that you're talking about items because I think that's what they're waiting for right now. And in EMEA Masters when he won that, and now he's back in the LEC and he's still struggling again. Might even be caught out by Hilly, or is Hilly the one getting caught?
He flashes away from the Glacial Prism. Loopy flashing for the Cocoon. Stand beside me used by Hylissang, but now he's being chased down. And once again, it's Hilly overextending and dying. Nako's TPing in behind, though, as SK look to collapse on top of him. Metals. The Artican, a possibility here for SK. They do have a man advantage. Kazi having to flash away as well from Isma. Chain of Corruption going down. Chayak forced away by Rika. Kazi now dead as well. The bot lane doomed to death together. SK find 2, and now the Artican in their eyes.
Chayak's resetting. He does have TP. Lince's still around. He's trying to come around from a flank position, but it's already warded out in that tri-bush, and now the resistance is getting
Cocoon. Loopy has been on point with these Cocoons. Lince's forced away. Not quite enough damage to kill off the Wukong. Force him down.
Resets are going to come through. I don't think Vitality is feeling as desperate to need to start this Artican, but just that moment right there, that's a huge win for them.
Oh, it really is. You can see SK's invested so much in getting control over that blue side jungle, over that bot side jungle. The Vitality immediately can start off the Baron. Janex is coming across. It looks like SK know that this is happening. Hilly going to put the Glacial Fissure down. Genex has a good flank position. 4,000 on the Baron right now. 3,000.
Oh, great!
And they just can't get close enough. The barrel enough to distract. Vitality starting to retreat. Isma looking for the Glacial Prison. It goes between the uprights somehow. Chain of Corruption for the route for the slow. Loopy goes up.
Plays because it was easy for SK to get priority in the lanes and make the move first. Now you have Baron. That should be easier.
He doesn't have flash, so he has to dodge away from everything. Loopy on the back line. Now Nako with a Seeker's Arm Guard. Loopy already dead as Linces takes him down. The Cyclone coming out knocks up Rika as well. They're still trying to kill Nako, and they just can't do it. Nako survives. SK pay for it with 2 of their lives. Meanwhile,
and I will say you saw 2 things there. Loopy, how squishy he is on the Elise, was immediately blown up by Lincers, but also the value of Hylissang's Sprong there, keeping Nako alive. Fantastic positioning and really good tack on position. The moment one of you gets tacked or run down, you're going to have a rough time. And Kazi is doing a great job himself as forcing them away.
Yeah, Loopy's half-life before he can ever get close to a fight. Genex is going to be able to get a tier 2 in the bot lane. True Shot Barrage coming out, trying to clear out some of these minions. Hylissang down at half HP as well. Will be caught in that Chaos Storm. Glacial Prism going down as well, but Hilly will just come back with a false life. Chayak able to take the tower and take a kill alongside it. A false life exchanged for a real one. His inhibitor tower in the bot side does fall as well. Genex able to secure that one, but the inhibitor forfeit for it as Vitality crack open the base of SK.
Yeah, and I mean 30 seconds.
TP coming in as well by Vitality. Isma looking for the steal. You have to feel this will be the final nail in the coffin if Vitality were able to secure this soul. Loopy stepping forward, but really the Elise wants to be sneakier than this. Hylissang with the Unbreakable. Genex has managed to sneak behind, but he's on vision.
Oh my god,
look at him, he's a 3rd HP before anything really begins here. Mikhail's on Chayak. Mountain Soul secured, and they're just swept away by the Cyclone, a Typhoon, ripping through SK. Genex caught out as well, is 3 already. There's a super minion pushing into the base as well. Isma dashing forward, but Chayak puts him in his place. Only Loopy left alive. And Vitality, Arachnophobes to the last, trying to take him down, trying to squash the bug under their feet. Kazi and Nako pushing into the base. Hilly chasing Loopy away alongside Lincers and Chayak. They want the ace. They want to close it out. And Loopy goes up. And then's going to go 6 feet under. Loopy dies, an ace for Vitality. The minions pushing into the base, and this should be over.
Yeah, the Itsy Bitsy Spider not having the best of time. Kazi and Nako had ready. It was a dire early game, I think it's fair to say, but Vitality, their team fighting, remain vigilant.
From draft through to the team fights, Vitality's composition just coming out on top. Hilly, one last death for the road as Vitality secure their 2nd win of winter.
And Good early game from SK, I will give them that, but same criticism as we started the day with. They love drafting hard to execute compositions, and I think with a new team that's built like them right now, it's a lot to ask for them to make that work.
A struggle for SK, as you say. Some shining lights in it. The early game, as you say, was good. Player of the game, though, for Vitality is Alinsis, Chayek, or Kazi. You can vote at LEC on X.
And gauge that the Leon is going for.
But it does mean one of the last supports up and available. Something that can roam as well and play through the skirmishing of G2 is Rakan.
Finals, surely this is the time we can take them to season finals, but they couldn't find success. Now they're looking for success in the dive.
Well, the dive is going to be a level 1 Broken Blade. He flashes away, Shield of Duran locks him down, Twisted Advance, it's easy as that. Skumon getting bullied by Oscarinin, but a great re-engage from Lebrov. Damage done onto the Jace, he gets ignited as well, he has to flash over the wall, but Skumon hits him, Wind becomes lightning, and Oscar becomes dead.
I think he misclicked the blast code, so wasn't able to get it. Now the TP back in.
Yeah, the problem is Broken Blade is still level 1. He needs that minion in front to die, and he does. Slice and Dice helps out.
You don't really have the push there from Humanoid to actually move over. So, yeah, he gets it, moves back. Good trade from Caps, but now Mickey's in the area.
Yeah, Caps might be dead. Hello, old friend. Shield of Duran. That's easy as anything. Yeah. Humanoid even gets the kill.
And on the reset, opens up mid, and Caps is now down, and down that summoner spell as well. It means it's a very lonely walk back to mid lane.
And look at what Fnatic are doing again. They've already got the flash out. They know there's no TP. Broken Blade dies here. It's going to be a disaster. They're waiting to balance. There's a Nature's Grasp and a setup from Q, a Twisted Advance, and that's all that Fnatic need to do.
Range, you've got the flash, you've got the arcane shift to get out. Now let's see if G2 can answer in response.
An absolute disaster is up in top. Oscarinin, he has his TP if things go wrong, but let's see first if it goes right. He's buying time, he goes into hammer form, gets the resistances, but Wind becomes lightning, almost getting the slow down as Lebrov. You talk about good juggling.
Lebrov. Big trade on the bottom side. This is the dive that we were just talking about. I think Oscarinin has to be so careful here.
Dominus, it's Oscar level 4. I love that you mentioned it because Skumon, as you said, it's in, it's easy, and it's easily done.
Great timing and like good setup from Broken Blade. Takes the trade, makes sure he hits level.
They move out as well.
But they also deny the majority of that wave, so only 2 or 3 creeps really XP range for Hansama there, which works out fantastically for them. And as well, being able to get that plate, so upset in a decent spot. This is just to try and push the wave. That's all it is, I think.
Also get the cleanse. It's going to turn into a kill at this rate as Lebrov is getting shielded. But Mickey, that's your old team now, brother. You're not on G2.
That was such a... I don't understand. There was no real follow-up there. Upset was basically out of mana as well.
Bit of a mistake. And with what's happening here with Oscar, remember, level 6 on Jace, what does it mean? Yakety sacks, that's right. Hammer form resistance, Broken Blade, he's not tanking up. It's Skumon, but under turret with the knock-up as well. Here comes the combo, and Broken Blade's out. Instant flash, good balancing, and with that summoner as well, BB in a fantastic position, despite getting dove twice.
G2 are showing how it's done. The fact that they've been way cleaner on these dives has worked out fantastic for them now. Mickey...
damage?
No, I think he's just... It's more like when your mother chases you with the mother's there. I can see Caps considering moving up towards that top side, but it looks like it was more to just cover the potential take on the Grubs. Fnatic looking to trade on towards Dragon, but Razork is kind of low. Hansama, it's a poke virus with a good amount of damage.
Mickey engages in, Chains of Corruption. There's a hail of arrows. The poke flashed away from Mickey would have been dead. Lebrov has used the quickness as Dragon still being taken, but G2 are going to convert and move down as Absconded Duck doesn't miss. Caps is running out of mana. Note the bar as Hansama also running low as Dragon is going to go. It's Fnatic who pick it up, but now running out is a different task. The poke on the Razork is enough to glide away from Humanoid as Absconded Duck into upset is good. And finally we see Humanoid's first ult of the game, but it does nothing except send G2 away.
Humanoid
is consistently just left in that isolated lane for now. There's Caps in the middle of the river. Razork's found him. Twisted Advance. It's a Bramble Smash down. There's a Phase Rush to follow. There's a Humanoid to cover. There's Caps to send out the soldiers. The flash away, but everyone's on him as upset. Yoink! My kill!
Yeah. Oh, hang on.
Guess what? Oscar's going to die again. Why? Because Fnatic deem it so. He's going to walk past the turret and Noxus will see fit how to deal with him. Kill over to Broken Blade, and this is the trade. Turret does go down for Fnatic though, and Oscar's starting to get less and less gold as a value for turret up, but it's all about this contest with Nature's Grass up and available. Broken Blade will have to start thinking about a TP soon as he clears the wave. Nature's Grass for Nature's Grass. Caps uses his own, and a good stolen as Upset's damage on the True Shot Barrage is big. Now with the TP though, G2 have the fight. Upset is Sentir! Razork buys time. Skewmon doing the same, but a flash away because Upset still hit from afar. Now the range, the poke comes into frame. Mickey's Zenith Blade is out, but in the end, it's still a shutdown. Upset finally, the Socceroo to get nothing. In the end, he gets a kill. That's one, but Fnatic walk away after losing Dragon. They almost get G2.
So, hasn't quite worked out in their favor. Again, trying to lock down a Rakan as a Leona is never going to be a good time, but MKOI.
Razork's by himself. Fnatic moved to mid. Solar Flare was also used, and Mickey is now drawing out this engage. Caps teleported in front of 3 people. Caps this game is having a stinker. Mickey's gonna die. Now, 2 old G2 members are dead. Well, one of them old, one of them also just
one old.
Surprise. Mid versus support right now. Fnatic have a lead.
Yeah, I don't know how you're going to try and approach this. You've no ult on Hans Sama, which leaves him very vulnerable. Humanoid still has that ultimate too.
Broken Blade's just getting weaved by this poke from Fnatic. True Shot
50-50 in this?
Hurts a lot. I think we are. Skewmon once win becomes lightning. Rob goes in, but Razork buffers. Oh, the twisted advances have been so clean, man. He dodges damage, he dodges death, and I don't think you're dodging this if you're Skewmon. Right into melee, upsets Ezreal clean as ever, and Fnatic are starting to...
There's nothing left in the tank, and Skewmon goes down with the ship.
It's so clean as we come back to live, and Mickey's engaged again. Up against the wall, Caps, he's been isolated in the lanes, and he's just dead. Dagda, I don't remember the last time.
In theory, you want to set a poke composition behind, but trying to play this scomp that G2 has into all of that disengage is so tough. Mickey gonna get a little bit of a love tap from Skewmon.
This is gonna go further than the love tap, maybe 200 gold for the taking. One withdrawal, Broken Blade with Dominus. They want some more. Caps a Solar Flare, gets a perfect stun. Now Razork's in trouble as well. Twisted advance again. He tries to isolate and get out, but the Bramble Smash this time won't be enough as another withdrawal. Upset tries to get a damage and a trade on the side. And they do just take down the outer combo.
The ultimates, like, they're not actually getting damage, but the ult usage from Razork has been spectacular as we got to the mid game, because all he's done is force G2 back and bought the space they needed. BB, though, is on the flank.
He's going to try something because G2 are going to throw a hammer into the works at 5k with a lead. Fnatic obviously favored as Oscarinen's the target, but Caps doesn't land anything. Mickey does though, and with Baron down now, it's just G2 falling to the ground. The one-man is zero ulti. You'd say, yes, that's great from Caps. They're all onto Upset. You'd say even better for G2, but Fnatic are still too far ahead. And even if Upset dies, the humanoid mid survives.
It was so close. Lebrov and Caps got the kill onto Upset, but it just wasn't enough. Fnatic had too much in the tank, and now they're marching down the mid lane.
They are indeed. The death time is a 25, and G2, I mean, they're normally the ones that win it out. G2 are normally the favored. We showed you the head-to-head record at the start. But Fnatic, as they work on the Nexus turrets, they know the death timers are in their back pocket. 10 seconds on Caps, another Nexus turret as they run back in. It feels like Fnatic used to look up at the stars, wondering about their place, but now they should look down and look at the dirt, because they've drawn their line in at 4-1, beating their nemesis at G2.
Summer playoffs was the last time that Fnatic beat G2 in the playoffs. It was spring 2023 was the last time that they beat them in the regular season. This has got to feel good, both for Fnatic old and some of the newer stars that have joined their roster as well. See, hugs from me.
Well, situated top laner. Jack's also just great in the current meta. You know what I'm trying to say. They're going to get that flash.
Yeah, now though, Targamas is going to get cut off, so Malrang, level 4, level 2 Leona late to the party, and Kana might be the one left holding the bill.
Arctic Assault over, just set out for Flail, and with the Permafrost and Rel, how easy's that first blood? As Targamas shows up a little bit late here, and KC, I mean, the bullying of Jace, just like last game, continues again.
Yeah, he should have the opportunity for a 5v5, or Rogue just say, no, well, we got one one grub, we're kind of happy, maybe we get a second one here with the smite, and yeah, should be able to get it.
I feel like calling them grapes now. That's great.
And Patrick?
Patrick is dead? Question mark? He's dead! Kana flashes on his face. Now, Kana should be dead in return, right? Now that the flash is gone, it's a good sidestep, but yeah, with Sejuani here, it's just that easy. KC going to turn into a brawler. We look towards mid, but maybe we should look towards top. Chaos Storm, but not Chaos Storm. And in the end, I like the chances of Rogue as Adam gets a TP and flashes straight in. the feet of warfare. Those are some good-looking feet.
That's why I was surprised KC actually tried to commit to that. He's up when Rogue come to find him.
And look at live now as well. The flail's out once more. There's good damage, but Kana survives. Gets a little bit of trade back onto Adam. Actually, a really nice burst that comes through as well. While the setup for the bot dive, Kalish is level 6. He has the Whirling Death and doesn't even need to use it. Comes out late, maybe execute. It's gonna be executed. Kalist with a cash in and then some. Once again, 2 days in a row, the Draven God. You're finding 4, or rather it's gonna be 5. So the grub trade is no trade at all. 5 grubs to 1 is what KC have as their turn. Engage is beautiful. It's a Shattering Strike to follow through the Fate's Call as well. Yike gets out, but for how long? Patrick's picked up the first kill of this little charade as KC now come in. Adam doing the same, but they're setting up all for this starting Dragon, which would be Dragon number 2 of the game. KC picked up the first one, and there you go. Talk about proactivity. It's execute in, but he's getting bursted down. Kalish is a serious problem, needs to be dealt with, but a Whirling Death helps up with Yike. And Yike helps up with Kalist's Dragon begins.
He kind of chased Larson down the lane, so Larson couldn't actually TP in. He's now going to do just that, though, and I don't think it's been spotted here. Darkness is dead. No, he's not.
Hey,
Maybe?
It may be. I mean, you're right. Larson's just going to one-shot him. Abscond Duck out of range. Gravity Field gets him. Larson didn't think he needed the flash. Maybe he should have just committed it. He has ult too.
Towards Kana, he doesn't realize it.
Oh, he might just have to die for it. I think he does, and he does get the first turret of the game. So KC picking up a feat while Kana's running for his life. This Jace, not sure how far he can go as onto Adam, the flash for flash. Malrun captures him as Yike is over the wall to help out. Wind becomes lightning and he stabs him. He swirls a bit. Adam decides to spin himself. So Kana will die, but Yike wants a trade. Stunned up, permafrost. I'm seeing a bop, a whop, and now a little bit more on top. Shut down by Yike. He goes in, he gets a knock up. And as Malrun comes back down, I think he's tanky enough, but a big jewel will favor the Xin Zhao as a smite, a slow, a Q, and the Talons strike him down. As Targamas missed, but he gets the ignite. Okay, how do you do? With a blast cone out, Targi now needs a Zenith Blade. But Patrick is out of range and he's running into the fog of war.
He's trying desperately to run away. I think he needs to pray to all the saints right now that he gets out of this one, but can he find his way? Looks like he might be able to. Dodges on the wave. Good call from him there.
Shh, Dagda was hiding.
Yeah, it was really smart. So he waited for the minion wave to go past. Then Vladdy a little bit pushed out. Execute has a good position. No real vision for KC.
Larson stolen the Crescent Guard. 2.5k HP, and there's a steal. How did Yike get it? Solar Flare stops Rogue as well. Targaman's done a good job, and they've actually picked up the pieces. How? First of all, Yike. Second of all, Kalist. Third, Kana's damage, and the execute not there. But KC are now finding the fight, and Rogue have had it stolen away from them, just like the chances in this game.
Able to do so much again. Even the knockback, the Crescent Guard there, interrupts, executes the crash down. And now Targamas wants to kill Adam.
I mean, now it's a 5k gold lead after that fight, and now after the TP, it's going to be more. Adam is going to counter-strike, but you know he's dead. Stand beside is only going to thrive for a little bit. Vladdy gets killed.
KC looking at tier 2 on bot lane. 25 seconds until Dragon Kana.
Malrun wants an ulti, but it's on cooldown, so he runs into Fog of War. He's tanky enough for now, but that ulti is going to have to buy him time eventually. But will he be dead before it does? Kana says yes, as top is the focus, but you can see bot is getting taken in inner. Yike pokes. He goes in. Another Crescent Guard and a Man of the Moon.
KC, back in this game, going to be taking Atakan without much contest here. Again, poke, relatively good.
Kalista's soloing it.
Yeah, he's got the lifesteal on it, and he actually can't poke. Like, he's the one member here that doesn't need to be part of this formation. So like, cool, we just take it right from underneath your nose.
Atakan, and now we win the fight, don't we? Because KC run in, and even if they die here, it won't matter, but Larson's going to die first. Electric field from Vladdy. Like the eel that slithers on Summoner's Rift. You don't know where it is because I haven't spotted it to you as KC run up this lane. Yes, Adam's going to get an inner, but I think the base is going to be torn apart by KC.
Especially with the Rift Herald as well. Like, that wasn't used, so now they're going to start to focus this down. Adam going to reset, but yeah, I think they should get another charge off here.
Why don't we end, says KC, and they're going to go for the Nexus turret. Malrun gets poked, Execute gets poked. Nexus turret number 1 is going to drop. Yike flashes away, but the GA is still available. Targamas jumps in, but you know what? They're not going to be popped. KC are going to end here.
Holy
21 minutes. Execute with a great engage, but Draven will one-shot you. Fate's call, an open Nexus, and they're playing to end the game. KC are getting low, and even if they withdraw here, it doesn't matter, because Rogue has to get blown apart as Kana dies in the end. That Nexus is bare, and you know it's only a separate time, or rather, a couple more minutes before KC finish the job.
He's at least a good hold with a good engage from... Never mind.
No, never mind, because he's dead. Adam in the ground, and they'll just go up mid this time. The defense coming from Larson and bot to make sure that super minion wave doesn't give... You know, Kalist is soloing another objective again, because BT Draven doesn't really die unless he spends enough time in here. He's going to need some help eventually, as the draw-in's not there. He spams his classic emote as Larson's flank could be mind-breaking, but as the TP comes through, now they're going to come in and just win the fight anyway. Larson, a good attempt, but Kalist once again just breaking bones. And execute, no, but a Malrang flash, yes, as Yike slows them all down, and Rogue have just been sandwiched once again. Yike destroys Adam on the back end, and with Targama's help, this will be the game. 26 minutes. Pick a lane, any lane, and KC will end.
Great stuff from KC. Rogue, again, showing that they are very, very strong when it comes towards lane swaps. But unfortunately for them, just don't really know what to do after that stage of the game.
The Nexus turrets are back.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Do we have to? Thank you. We get to bring up the 3 minutes. Woo! Beautiful.
They are back.
Yeah.
But Adam is still dead.
Oh. Is Kalist dead?
Yeah, I mean, that was almost a kill by Kana, by the way. But Kalist, he's just going to heal up. He looks low, but it doesn't matter. He sent out the ulti again. It's a 4 versus 5. And even though the Nexus turrets are back, even though you can't see a health bar, because for some reason Spectate just hasn't dealt with that yet, they're going to be targeted. They're going to die. I'm going to tell you the health bar right now.
Do you know what? I think these turrets are ghosts of their children's past.
They are the ghosts of children's past. And I'll give you another one, Dagda. It's not possible, but it is necessary for KC to run Rogue into the ground. 23, 24 kills. And Larson and Malrang will watch this end. Those turrets are dead, by the way. As we end this, KC, an absolute stomp. This is one of the best teams in the LEC, and they let Rogue know.
Big smile on the face of Yike and Kana there. They know that they have come into the LEC and they are smoking everyone. It's been such great things from KC, and I'm just excited now to see how this continues moving in towards the rest of it, because at this stage, it feels inevitable that we get to see them deep into a playoffs tour.
Oh yeah, I mean, this is a split of jungle synergy, and I think it's really important when we've had these lane swaps, we've had these constant changing for grubs. Support and jungle seems like a really important duo role.
Trying to figure out where Movistar KOI are putting the resources, because Alvaro did kind of sneak in to clear out vision, but doesn't establish any vision for Dragon. You've got Supa opening top.
Jojo, is it a mistake? The soul was unsealed, unfaded, and Chaos Storm is now unleashed, and Paris is tanking up. Fate Sealed is great, though! Jojo thought he was in trouble, but the ambulance for the other side now called.
So they hadn't spotted Supa on any waves, so I think BDS thought possible for BDS to really contest that. So Movistar KOI just playing with Ayoy in a perfect position here. So 113 needs to really hit with the ult.
They're setting up. The ult is hit, and Alvaro's squishy enough. There's the Stranglethorns, as you talked about. The ulti dodge, though. Alvaro's not dead yet. BDS want to charge forward as Irrelevant's ult has now popped out. But remember, BDS's comp don't have that much damage. They've used everything, but no mana bar on ice, and Jojo is now full health.
And Invest is on the way, so everything used by BDS, and now Movistar KOI want to see if they can fight back.
Jojo gets tagged out. Alvaro thinks about the engage, but he's got nothing up and available. Flip back as Mirwin's ready to come in. There's the ultimate, the Magnet Storm in from the Rel. And remember, BDS, like I said, they haven't scaled yet, Dagda. So their damage kind of falling a bit as KOI now move in, and they're going to take 5 grubs.
I didn't quite see. I need to rewatch. Looks like Paris got interrupted there as he went for the engage, and Alvaro was just about able to skirt away. He was looking for that engage to see if he could pick off the support. But
I'm sure there's got to be some brown in there. That's Dragon.
Okay.
Mountain Dragon.
Okay, yeah.
You looked at me weird. It's Mountain Dragon. I mean, there is Brown. It's going okay. As Jojo into Nuke, it's starting to get a bit heavy here as Paris is waiting. Jojo wants a ward, finds it, sees everyone in there, still walks forward because his team's on the way, but he went early. BDS just slap him as Mirwin wants a public execution onto Ice. He finds it, really well done. That's a lot of damage and cleans up the kill. That makes it even for KOI as they're going to open up mid with those 5 grubs. turrets drop like flies.
Yeah, Relevant going to be able to get on out of there, but they're trying to trade it for bot lane turret at the moment. It's just a case of how far Movistar or Koi want to go for this.
They're going to make it a dive, but into Cassante. Solar Flare, is it enough? Yes, Stranglethorns make it so. The Chuggle is also good. Elyoya takes the last hit, takes another one, unfortunately, because the plants are in action, but an inner turret mid broken down. Great siege from Koi.
And this makes it so difficult for BDS to try to defend these outer turrets as well, because
He's still here. Nuke
I
is far
actually
away.
like this, though. Like, genuinely, because look at Jojo. He thinks he's completely safe, because all the vision that they've set up on this top side, it doesn't matter.
Is it buffered? Is it buffered? No, it's not. Jojo unseals his soul once again. This long con play, surely it's going to work out. And Nuke flashes to make it so. So Dagda, you're right. You liked it because in the end, it was well fought.
Well, the thing was...
Number 2 of the Drake. And with Atakan supporting top as well, that's our next look. So it's been a slow burner. But for Koi, it's not like we're talking about outscaling or anything. You know, I know BDS, you're defending it themselves. Mirwin's getting the push down the wave as Nuke versus Jojo. This is happening now. Fate sealed under turret. Is he overcooking it? That's a question. The turret gets him. Nuke gets some movement speed. Thumbs in the air because...
Incredible banana drawn by Jojo.
Yeah, that's right. And it's a legendary combo. Only Xiaohu was known for that last year. Well, he wasn't the only one, but you know what I mean. That's a big ulti. Stranglethorn's just sent out. Elyoya, the charge has already come through as well. Inner turret burned. Koi running forward onto 113. Mirwin's here, but he's going to be the target. Magnet Stormy flashes away from True Shot Barrage, pokes them as irrelevant. He went in, but now he went out with his flash. So, BDS lose the turret on Nuke. They do some damage, but maybe not enough to start thinking about this objective. As Jojo now foregoing bottom side. He's through mid. He wants a Fate Sealed. Nuke flashes away from double ulti. Jojo still gets some good poke damage off. There's 113 with the permafrost. The setup of the ulti is Paris is the poke out target. He's ignited down, but Jojo flashing forward just out of range. Now he's into Chaos Storm. Now he's blown up. BDS get a pick and they get a reset for Ice, but Mirwin, he's back into the fray and he's pretty tanky. He'll just keep Drake hounding it up. Dracos would be proud as Mirwin continues to rap battle with this Ambessa.
There is so...
It just keeps happening. It just keeps being Koi's game to lose, and it's just so simple, isn't it?
I mean, what do you do? It's like...
Oh, this is a Baron start if I've ever seen one.
That's a
Look
lot
at the
of plants.
plant. Oh my God, it's Professor Sprout's herbology. Ulti used. The plants are just going to take this before BDS are even aware about the health bar. Yep. Baron down, Alvaro zones, and BDS were here to try and play the rest of the fight. Jojo thinks about an angle yet again, but even though the permafrost was set up with the Glacial Prison, you look at Mirwin, who gets a public execution in the back line. Nuke, dead first, 1-1-3. What's his scoreline, I wonder? Because he's going to die yet again. Put the 3 in the middle as Koi run down top. They've got 2 dead on the enemy side for 40 seconds. And this, Ice is trying. He's going to try and wave clear this, but feels like you also need the Victor. Koi also still have the Atakan buff for another 30, 40 seconds, I'd like to say, as Mirwin jumps forward. Remember, they can die. They can just int this because it won't matter. Alvaro runs in and looking for the stun. He's going to die eventually, but it is a trade because Ice is now dead. Mirwin gets some damage on the back burner as well as BDS managed to defend for now, but Ice is dead. 40 seconds. The timer not there, even if they wanted to think about the Dragon.
They just, there's nothing you can do in 10 minutes.
True.
Most games have been over 30 minutes, so...
We don't see like the 20-minute games very often. A little bit in the LPL, but again, not watching enough of the LCK, I feel so. Not sure if that's the case there, but yeah, it does feel so much longer, doesn't it? More objectives to fight over. You'd think the game would end quicker, but it is snowbally at the very least. Irrelevant just getting poked out. I mean, what do you say at this point? Mirwin just jumped in to 5 people. You know what? Why not? True Shot Barrage, Nuke, lucky to be alive. Irrelevant, the same can be said. It will still be a double inhibitor, even though Mirwin just decided to try and end it himself.
he had an idea.
Yep.
May not have been the best of ideas, but I'm sure there was one behind that. As I was there quite, like you said, it's all 3 inhibs down. They're going to play it nice and slow. 30 seconds until Mirwin can TP back in, and they just overrun them with minions. Ooh.
Flash, Jojo still hit. He might be in trouble here. The Yone surviving for now. Irrelevant gets the flip back, but look at Elyoya's damage. With the poke from Super in back, it doesn't matter. They can be a man down. They're still so far ahead as Irrelevant is just trying to buy time for the game to go on, but Super's not going to let him while that chase comes down. The Stranglethorns gets a knock up. Death Rocket would be good, but Nuke flashed in to get nothing. Jojo takes him out clean with Elyoya's support of the plants.
Super's just still going. Finally gets the tank, and now Mirwin's finally back up, so they will be able to TP in. just shy of 30 minutes. Looks like Movistar Koi have it.
They'll move up alongside KC, alongside Ginex, alongside Fnatic. About day 2, week 2, it looks like our top teams are being cemented. It looks like BDS ain't what they used to be. They'll get sent to the fountain, and now with the Bear Nexus, Movistar Koi, your fans have something to be rewarded for. Their undying loyalty of last year, how close you got. It looks like you're getting close again to the top of the table. You move to 4-1.
4 teams now tied at that 4-1. Movistar Koi managing to get themselves up there as well. This is a banger of an opening to the year. Like, we have so many teams that are performing incredibly well. We have such a hype match for that top spot as well. And it looks like, unfortunately, BDS couldn't quite put themselves in that position. But for Movistar Koi, what a performance.